So Arnold Allen versus Max Holloway is only a couple of days away. I'm a little bit surprised to say that I haven't really seen a lot of promotion for this fight. Now, I have seen a little bit, some interviews here and there, but I think due to the nature of the matchup and how big it is, that I thought it would have been getting more attention. Arnold Allen is definitely one of the hottest prospects within the featherweight division since the likes of Conor McGregor. And Max Holloway is a seasoned veteran. He's always damn exciting to watch. And his only real losses have come at the hands of Alexander Volkanovski, who is the current UFC featherweight champion. So I think for Arnold Allen, this is a big fight for him, because this is going to be his first massive test against the real top of the heap. I'm a bit surprised, to say the least, that Arnold Allen didn't get the nod to take on Josh Emmett in an interim featherweight championship fight at UFC 284. That went to Yair Rodriguez, and many think that Arnold Allen was the one that deserved that shot. And I tend to agree with that, because he's been the most impressive to me by far. I believe this fight's going to be extremely competitive. First off, we're going to start with Max Blessed Holloway. He's an absolute veteran within the game. He's been in the UFC since he was about 20 years old, which is absolutely phenomenal. So the last 11 years he's been representing within the company, and ever since he started, we've just seen gradual improvements until he became a dominant force, and he was at the top of that division for quite some time. He beat the likes of Jose Aldo, one of the first fighters to ever really dominate Aldo and end his reign within that weight class. Max Holloway, for quite some time, was the leader of this division, was the one that was walking through all of his opponents. It was only after Alexander Volkanovski came on the scene that reign sort of ended, but ever since then, he hasn't really taken a loss against anyone other than Alexander Volkanovski. He's beaten every one of his opponents and shown a superior skill set. Now, what can we say about Arnold Allen? The guy is undefeated within the UFC. He's yet to take an L on his record. He's got really good power and can shut your lights out. He's got a really good wrestling and really good grappling. So it does raise the question about Max Holloway, doesn't it? Do you still think he has a chance at reclaiming that featherweight title, or do you think he's going to be a gatekeeper to the top of the division from now on? He's still very young at 31 years of age and very much within his prime. Although he has taken a little bit of damage, which might shorten his career a little bit. Now with Arnold Allen, he'll definitely need to be on his game here within this contest. He can't be making any of the mistakes that I've seen within his game against someone like Max Holloway, who's an absolute veteran within the boxing game and will pick him apart if he isn't careful. So with Arnold Allen, one of his strengths lies within his power. Now when he hits someone, he's also very good at capitalizing on those openings when he sees that they're hurt, and he makes them pay for it. But one danger for him, I think, is that when he does pounce on them, he tends to leave his hands down quite a bit, okay? When he's wailing for punches like this, he leaves his chin quite exposed. Now with someone like Max Holloway, who's got a great chin, it's going to be a lot harder for him to put Holloway away. And if he comes at Holloway with his hands down, throwing just punch after punch after punch, you can bet that Max Holloway is going to take full advantage of this and do something similar to what we see in Adesanya do to Alex Pereira. Granted, Max Holloway doesn't have a lot of knockout power, but he's a definite volume puncher, and he can wear on you and wear on you and wear on you in the later rounds and get a TKO finish that way, which he's done many times before. So I think the best chance for Arnold Allen here to win this contest is to not get too overzealous if he does hurt Max Holloway. Make sure to keep his hands up while he's putting that pressure on and landing strikes, because if he just goes in there and brawls, I think Max Holloway will be able to take advantage of those openings. And Allen's record has been quite impressive. I think what put him on the map was his win against Dan Hooker. Absolutely demolished him and put him away within the first round. And that was the end of Dan Hooker's featherweight run, which, let's be honest, didn't last very long. 37% of his wins have come by KO, 42% have come by decision, and 21% of those have come by submission. So as you can see, he's got many ways that he likes to win fights, many ways that he can finish his opponents. So he's a very well-rounded individual. I think Max Holloway is a little bit more accurate with his strikes, whereas Arnold Allen's more just get in your face and brawl. A lot of people say that Max is older and he's just got a bit more wear and tear, but let's not forget he's only 2 more years older than what Allen currently is. I think when they say he's older, they mean that he's taken more punishment. And because he's been within the UFC for so many years now, people think he's a lot older than what he is, but he's still very young, still within his prime, I think. Now, it'll be interesting to see who wins this fight and the implications on the featherweight division, because if I think Allen can go out and get this victory, he's going to be one of the fighters that is next up to challenge Alexander Volkanovski, and probably one of the only ones I can see now, apart from Max Holloway, that'll be able to potentially take the victory away from him. But either way, guys, it's going to be a fantastic fight. I can't wait to tune in for this one, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think Max Holloway can get back on a winning streak, or do you think the rising star Arnold Allen will derail his hopes and dreams?